Okay, let's go see this latest piece of Marvel shit you kids are jizzing over.
Yeah.
Black Widow is undoubtedly one of the most beloved MCU characters. Former Russian spy with dark past who fought side by side with superhumans, managed to trick God of Mischief and sacrificed herself for humanity. Starting back in 2010 with second Iron Man up until the Endgame, this hero transformed from a hot chick in tight suits into a complex and multi-dimensional character. A solo movie of her own would be a huge missed opportunity for Marvel, and those guys would never miss a chance to earn some money. But the Black Widow turned out to be a huge disappointment, at least for me. Instead of revealing Natasha Romanoff's dark past, it quickly tried to establish a replacement for her. Instead of telling a good story, it vomited something weak and disingenuous. Look, I could be the problem. I mean, I used to love Marvel movies, some of them for sure. But now I can't seem to enjoy it anymore. Maybe I've grown up, or maybe I've turned into a toxic misogynist. Or maybe the film just really sucks. Black Widow starts with dark and promising prologue. It shows Natasha with her fake sister and parents fleeing US after FBI realized that they are Russian spies. Nat and her family easily escape after their plane flies off the ground, cause I guess feds have no jurisdiction in the air. After they land in Cuba, Natasha and her little sister Yelena get recruited into the Black Widow program. It would have been interesting to see what happened to them after that, how Natasha actually managed to escape the Red Room and so on, but instead we get flash forward to our times following events of Civil War. Natasha, who is hiding from governments for helping Captain America, gets a package from her sister Yelena and then gets attacked by this mysteriously badass villain named Taskmaster. Barely managing to escape, Nat gets to Budapest where she meets her sister and then they start to fight.
You serious?
Yeah, I mean, Natasha clearly came there to help Yelena and Yelena obviously wanted her to come, so it makes sense that they just randomly start to fight for a while.
What in heaven's name are you talking about?
Anyway, turns out that there's this Harvey Weinstein looking motherfucker named Dreykov who kidnaps girls and controls them with his pheromones. So in order to take him down, Natasha and Yelena help their ex-father to escape prison, who then leads them to their ex-mom, who eventually leads them to Dreykov. Natasha breaks her nose so she won't smell that dirty man's pheromones. They free all the Black Widows, Dreykov's flying fortress falls down, and Taskmaster turns out to be an innocent girl.
What the fuck?
Before I start naming some of the many flaws of this film, I'd like to announce that I've enjoyed the action and the cast was pretty good. Now that we're done with this, it's time to go full hardcore. First off, villains. Dreykov is absolutely one of the worst Marvel villains ever. And with few exceptions, Marvel villains usually suck, so you get my point. The guy has no motivation except the regular I want more power horse shit. Plus he has a fake Russian accent and fake Russian name. I'm serious, I live in Russia, never heard of a guy named Dreykov. Taskmaster on the other hand is introduced as intriguing villain who possesses real threat to heroes. Until we get to see this, of course. They've not just wasted Olga Kurilenko's talent on this role, but also ruined such an interesting comic book character, who was a man actually. You can clearly see Taskmaster was played by a man. I mean, it looked like a man to me, until the big revelation. Wow, it's Dreykov's daughter who was supposedly killed by Natasha. What a twist. It seems a little suspicious how the film refuses to show us a single badass male character. Not that I give two shit about it, but it's just too obvious. We have 3 male heroes in this film. The Red Guardian, a bumbling idiot who doesn't get to do anything. Dreykov, who's a pure piece of shit. And the agent who gets some stuff for our heroes, like a cheat code in GTA. But if you think that female characters are handled better, well, think again, sunshine. Yelena is a blank person we know nothing about. Yeah, she got some sense of humor and overall is a pretty likable character, but as far as I know she is no different from any other Black Widow, badass spy who was previously a member of Red Room. Melina is actually a villain if you ask me. I mean, all these years she helped Dreykov to develop mind-controlling serum. And she also tortured those poor pigs, didn't let them breathe. What an a-hole. You know how they say in courtroom, one good action doesn't justify all the bad ones, or something like that. You get what I mean. The only personality growth for Natasha is realizing that when back in Budapest she initiated an explosion that killed a little girl, the girl didn't actually die, so she can feel better about herself.
Yeah!
Watching this film, you can notice glaring similarity with a far superior movie, The Winter Soldier. Shady organization that craves world domination, brainwashed masked antagonist, flying fortress falling down, Natasha using face mask.
I can do this all day.
Yeah, I know.
The Black Widow has a boring and unimaginative script. The whole moral of the story is something like being good is good and being bad is bad. Yeah, and of course,
Family.
come on Marvel, are you seriously gonna use that as a backbone of your film when internet is overwhelmed with family memes?
Not a great plan.
For the record, I'm not saying that just because I didn't like the film it's unwatchable. Always consider the fact that I could be a sexist bigot who doesn't like strong women. With all this said, I don't think that Black Widow is absolutely terrible. There are some moments that will make you smile and some scenes that can be emotionally compelling. Some of you might watch the film and genuinely enjoy it, and I'm happy for you. I'm glad that Marvel managed to satisfy you with this one. I, on the other hand, was disappointed. So I'll give Black Widow a 5 out of 10. Not as much because of how bad it was, but because how good it should have been but wasn't. Yeah, wrap your head around that, you Mickey Mouse. See you around. Peace.